Quick shout out to my Patreons who keep this channel going. You can join my Patreon down in the description below. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to episode 21 of Higurashi When They Cry New/Go. This is Village Destroying Chapter Part 4, right? Are we on Part 4? Yeah, we're on Part 4. Higurashi continues to be Higurashi. With a reveal, I guess, that as someone who has only experienced Higurashi through this series, means absolutely nothing to me other than who the hell is this mysterious character. Apparently this is a character that actually appears in other works of Ryukishi, because as far as I understand it, Higurashi is its own thing, but then it's also kind of linked in its own weird way to Umineko. Is that the name of the other one? And then there's also, like, another one. Apparently there's, like, multiple different, like, universes all together that kind of link in a weird way. From what I understand of what I've heard from people, that's my very base understanding. I have no idea how obvious the link is, but apparently, like, Saint Lucia is kind of linked in that way to, I think, Umineko. Like, what other ones were there? There's Higurashi, Umineko. Was there another one? I forget. I don't know how all these series work. I'm going to assume there's probably another one that I need to care about, but who knows. I only know Higurashi, and that's all we're going to know for a while. It's going to take me a while to get through all the Higurashi content. It's going to take me at least a year to finish all of Higurashi, and then maybe I can start thinking about Umineko, but apparently the Umineko anime wasn't that good, and if I wanted to do that, maybe I'd need to go visual novel, but that in itself is like 80-odd hours of content or something stupid like that, so who knows if we'll ever get that far, but yeah. So last time out, we're constantly seeing Satoko's deterioration and her willingness to feel betrayed by Rika, which she has... It's based off misinformation right now, because she believes Rika turned her in to the school about who committed the prank that injured some classmates, which Satoko really needed to think through, like, considering how high up that damn chandelier was. Like, why would you think to, drop something, you know? Like, that seemed very, very dangerous, even for, like, one of her style of pranks. But anyway, she thinks Rika turned her in when it was actually one of Rika's friends, because she heard Rika say, like, oh, someone she knows Satoko is that type of person, so... It is based on a little misinformation and her time in the jail cell, which is apparently below St. Lucia. I don't know why that place has a jail, but sure, we'll go with it. Yeah, so her time spent in the jail cell, and really starting to get that resentment to Rika, and especially since Rika said, I want to share that dream with you. And for the most part, from what we've seen from this perspective, Rika really has been, I wouldn't say avoiding her, but not trying to engage with Satoko too much, which is kind of on her. Like, but I suppose she's too caught up in her ideal life now that she's left Higurashi, which is something that Satoko can never fully understand of Rika, because she doesn't know that Rika's spent 100 years there. Like, she doesn't know that. So I'm kind of interested how Rika came into the whole looping thing, because we're exploring how Satoko came into this, right? I assume Rika's introduction into looping and introduction to Hanyu, for example, I assume that's probably something from the original series that we'll catch up on. If not, I'll probably find out eventually one way or the other. But we're kind of following Satoko's journey here, and how she's getting into this looping business with whatever the hell this character is. I have no idea who it is. Apparently they were teased in the OP, and I think that's fair. I think, looking back on the OP, yes, I think definitely the design that's on her staff was definitely there. And we did have a character that had a creepy smile during it, so it's almost certainly that's going to be who it is. I wonder if they're going to change the OP now. Because with a character reveal like that, maybe they change the OP. Although it's episode 21, I don't think they're going to bother. Like, would you bother to change it for the last 4 episodes of a 24-episode series? I don't think you would, but maybe they will. Who knows? I guess we'll see what ends up happening. I don't think this character is any relation to Hanyu, from what I understand. Their designs are quite obviously different, but I guess we'll see what ends up happening. And yeah, one other thing I wanted to point out is the more and more you look at it, especially with lyrics and stuff, the song definitely seems to be more from Satoko's perspective, doesn't it? Like, let me pull up the song lyrics here real quick, because I had them up earlier. I believe what you said. Distortion's lie. I believe what you said. A place I long to return to. Probably Higurashi. A distinct scenery. She sneered as she declared she wanted it all. I wonder who declared she wanted it all. I guess kind of Rika kind of wanted it all in a weird way, if you think about it. Because she wanted to still be friends with Satoko, but also to have her perfect life in a way. I've always felt your happiness and I've always felt your tears. I mean, yeah, Satoko was always there for Rika. No one was closer to you, and now those memories haunt me. It's Satoko, right? The one and only answer, the door I was searching for, slowly opened just now and revealed to me something engulfed in the bright light, the true nature of everything, which should be the explanation, I guess, that we're going to get from whoever the hell we're here with in this, what was the name of this place? This place actually had a name, right? I can't remember if they mentioned it in episode 2, but it was like something to do with time. I think they mentioned it in episode 2 in that one scene that kind of clued us in to the fact that this was not actually a remake, but actually a sequel. Which is still kind of interesting to watch as a new watcher, because it does kind of work as a new watch. I would say if you don't really have the time, but just want to experience Higurashi, watch this, because you'd get the base understanding of what Higurashi is as a show, and also at least enough information from the originals that you kind of clued in as to what was actually happening. Vaguely. Like, I still think the Takano stuff is definitely worth exploring more, and I feel like they could have given a bit more time to it if they genuinely wanted this to be like a remake. But as a sequel, I suppose those little flashback scenes are more than enough for most people. Anyway, I've babbled long enough. I want to get into this episode and see what the hell we're doing with this new character, what direction we're going in now. Because like I said, we've got 4 more episodes. Can we wrap up in 4 episodes? How do we wrap up? What is the end goal here? Because we know what happens. Rika is sent back into Higurashi. So what happens then? I feel like there's a lot to answer in 4 episodes, so I guess we'll see what happens. I did hear a rumor that maybe they are going to put a sequel out for this, since there's a panel about this, like, soon, right? There's a panel about Higurashi coming soon. They might announce a sequel or something. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. If the sequel's like next year, it gives me time to watch the originals, at least, but I don't know how I'd feel about a sequel about this, to be honest. I'm still kind of undecided of my thoughts on the series as a whole right now, but anyway, as per usual, these are time-based form reactions here on YouTube. Bottom left, Patreon members can actually get the picture-in-picture version, so £4 a month gets you access to all of them on the channel, which is everything from this season and future seasons, backdated shows like Mario to the Patriots, all of Higurashi's on there as well. Movies are going to be on there as well, in picture-in-picture format. Your Name is currently up there. That went up yesterday. There'll be another poll vote for that on March 1st, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, here on YouTube, though, timer-based. So bottom left of the screen, you'll see the timer for the episode. Countdown, 3, 2, 1, play. Now on play, you start the episode, I start the episode, and we'll be in sync. Watch this one on Funimation, since that's who licensed it. We have the Kalikawa logo, then the Funimation logos, about 10 seconds of logos. Give or take. I will call them out as they go past. You can also use screen flash on my face or the mic to tell when the scene's transitioning. So, with all that said, let's get into episode 21, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Kalikawa and Funimation. Cheers. Here we go. Child of Man. Wild of the Red Sea. Huh? Via? Who the hell's Via? It's ya? Anomalous spinal cord specimen. What? Huh? Huh? What? What? That's true. You can't deny that one. Hmm. Looping powers? Hmm. Yeah. Oh, Rika's gone through it. Oh boy. This is how we become a looper. You're about to. Yep. Mm-hmm. Like that wheel by the cat? Uh-huh. That's the same thing that happened to Rika. Okay, what cost? Whenever someone says don't worry about the cost you're paying, you should worry. Huh, okay. Interesting. I don't think that's gonna work. Oh boy. Where are we? We're back in Higurashi. Mm-hmm. It's 1983. Mm-hmm. We're back in time. OP time. Oh, hello, there she is. They did change it. I was about to say, was Hanyu always there in that scene? But yeah, they changed it to have whoever this mysterious character is back. Why'd you call them spinal cord experiment or whatever? That's bizarre. I feel like that's hinting at a greater overall mystery than just what's in Higurashi. And all those other names, I'm sure they're relevant to somebody. They probably mean something, but to me, nothing. Alright. We back. Hmm. Sure. Uh-huh. Hmm. Hmm. she can't cope with that. Mm-hmm. How's this gonna go? A hug and a hug. Mm-hmm. Right. So we're playing this through again. So it's all repeating exactly as it did last time. And so Rika's going to say, I want to go to St. Lucia. Here we go. You're doing it again. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Interesting that she's looping this bit again. But Rika didn't have any recollection of this looping in, did she? I wonder how that works. I do wonder how that works, actually. Because Rika was looping, but Sasuke's also looping at the same time, so who... Hmm. Hmm. We playing along again? Mm-hmm. Mm. Longer than you can imagine, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. The girl who wants to leave more than anything else, and the girl who doesn't want to more than anything else. Mm. Hmm. Hmm. Yep. Endless fractal basement. Okay. you. She's trying so hard. Good guy, Keiichi. Begrudgingly. Hmm. Really forcing that one home. Jesus. Nope, she's gonna be up studying. Probably. She'll still study, I bet. Yep. Yep. Knew that was happening. What you gonna do, Satsuko? Oh boy. Mm. It's not just that. Mm-hmm. Again, should be incest in there, but she says. Mm-hmm. Okay. It seems like we might be working towards a better ending. It's just going to make the betrayal that much worse this time around, though, isn't it? Hmm. 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 Horrible feeling. St. Lucia. Oh, would you look at that? Yeah. And she's gonna be outside watching. Yep. 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 And we'll just repeat it. Oh boy. We still got time for something worse to happen. Oh boy. I don't look at the chandelier. Is he gonna be the prank again, but this time worse? Ah, oh, why did they focus on the chandelier? I have a horrible feeling about it. Hmm. That's a new one. Uh. Huh? Hmm. Did that happen in the first loop? I think that happened in the first loop. Has a point. That chandelier is coming down, isn't it? Sure. Oh no. Yep. Oh, holy shit. Jesus. Yep. I knew that chandelier was fucking coming down eventually. Holy fuck. And that is an entire school of students traumatized for their entire lives. Oh, Christ. And the chandelier is needy. Okay. Okay. And we got a new ED finally. As soon as I focused on that chandelier, I knew she was standing right under it to stop her. I really like this new ED, by the way. Oh, there's our girl back there. Okay. Finish destroying chapter part 5. Fucking hell, man. Well, Higurashi returned that episode for sure. Fuck. That was a good episode. That was a really good episode, actually. That's one of my favourites of more recent times. That's one of my more favourite episodes of the past few weeks, for sure. Where do we go from here? I guess we're just gonna keep having Satoko looping. What was the last episode where... What was the last episode of Rika's perspective? I need to think back now. I assume it was... It must have been at the end of Nakatobashi Hen, right? Was that it? Or was it? Yeah, it ended with Satoko... Yeah, it ended with Satoko with the red eyes as she tried to hide from the box that she thought was going to punch her, but it was actually something different. And then she shoots Rika, assumably. And then from then on, we went into this arc, Satoko Washihan. So at some point, this arc will marry back up with Nakatobashi from where we left off there, and Rika will find out that that happened. But was Rika aware that she was re-looping there when Satoko started looping as well? I'm confused on the timeline there because this show fucks with timelines so much. Because would that mean that Rika has replayed getting into St. Lucia multiple times or not? Actually, when did Satoko come back? Let me just go back, because when Satoko came back, when was it? It was earlier on in the episode. About 6 minutes in. Where is it? Let me just go back a little bit more. What date is it? It's the 10th, right? Yeah, June 10th, right? That's right at the very, very beginning, right? Yeah, Friday, June 10th, 1983. That is the very start and was the very start of the very first arc. June 10th, 1983. So, yeah, she went all the way back to the very beginning. So does that mean Rika has recollection of her repeating that? It's confusing when you have two time loopers now. Because when Rika resets, does Satoko reset at the same time? And now that Satoko is resetting, does Rika remember that she's been reset now? Out of her control? Because at the very beginning, in episode 2 anyway, she remarks like, why am I back here? Like, why am I back here? I thought I was free of this. I was at St. Lucia. What happened? When did that scene with Hanyu happen then? Because it's assumed it happened in time with episode 1 and such, but does that mean she has no recollection of being brought back this time and presumably the next time? Like, I'm curious to see how they work that in. Or are they on two separate journeys? Like, when Rika's reset, or is it like, so like there's two Rikas and two Satikos going simultaneously, the one where Rika's looper and the one where Satiko's looper, and then eventually by chance they cross over and both loopers are present simultaneously. Because they have to cross over at some point, but does Rika remember that she's gone to St. Lucia multiple times in a loop? I'm curious about that. Or if by clearing the ending and getting to St. Lucia, her wish has been fulfilled, therefore she no longer has the abilities of a looper, but Satoko keeps forcing her back and back, Hanyu gets concerned and lets Rika know and invokes that loopingness back on her, and gives her the information that you can use this blade to kill another looper for Rika to kill Satoko. Maybe. Because that's the only reason Rika would not remember that she's been reset once at St. Lucia already, and is presumably going to be reset again. That's the only reason Rika wouldn't remember, is that she's lost her looper abilities and then gets given them back again by, I guess, Hanyu. If Hanyu was the one that gave them originally. I don't know. I really don't know how they're going to work that in, but I'm very, 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 very curious about how that goes. God damn it! I'm glad they used the chandelier because, like, I think we all expected something to happen with that chandelier. Like they foreshadowed that pretty heavily, and I'm glad that it did get used. But it hit the exact tone of Higurashi that I was expecting. It's like the suspense of it happening, and then the sudden realization, like, oh shit, they actually did it. That it was a nice touch. But man, if that timeline did continue, those kids would have, they'd be having issues for a while. To watch that happen is horrifying. Not quite the same, but there was an instance of back when I was in school. This would have been when I was in sixth form, so that would have been when I was 16, 17-ish, somewhere around then. We were just in school as per usual, and then all of a sudden, like, some teachers were in a bit of a rush, and I was like, okay, that's weird. And it turns out that what was going on was they were looking for a particular student because or they were checking to see if a particular student was in today, just to get her isolated, because it turns out, I think it was their mother had been walking down the street with, I think they were with someone, I can't remember if they were with someone or not, but wasn't paying attention, or I don't think anyone ever really truly understood why it happened, but just walked out from the sidewalk pavement right just into the road and in front of an oncoming truck, like right in front of the truck. And the truck, it didn't know someone had just stepped out in front. So you can imagine what happened next. And there was a friend of mine, a student, also at the school, who was in town as it happened, because it was sixth form. Like, if you had a free period, very often, especially a free period before lunch, you'd use that to go downtown into like Tesco's or something and go get your lunch or something. Like, £3 meal deal was what we lived on as students. But yeah, she witnessed it happen, and she wasn't quite the same for a long time after that. And you can tell it really horrified. There are more, like, particularly what made it more gruesome was that it was quite visual what happened. It's not like you see someone get hit by a truck and then boom, they're gone. The woman that got hit by the truck was, she was dragged quite a ways, and enough that actually the truck wasn't stopped for like several miles down the road, long gone, before the police actually managed to catch up, before they even knew anything had happened. Like, that's what was messed up about it. And the woman's leg was forcibly detached in the dragging and came to rest outside a cafe. Not like outside, on the road, but near the front of a cafe, which yeah, very gruesome and really messed up a lot of people's lives, I think, and had way more impacts than you could ever really imagine to have been in that situation yourself. And it's just, yeah, was seeing like that chandelier scene immediately makes me think about back then and what happened to my friends. So yeah, that was rough. It was also like the first time anything like no accidents or police incidents really happened in that town, because it was a town like 3,000 people at most. Nothing really happened. You just get used to every day, even when I live now. Every day is just a normal day. Nothing happens. It's just like, yeah, you get a little bit of road rage maybe and some cars honking. That's about it. Like, that's the most eventful a day often gets. There's no burglaries. There's no crime. There's no stabbings or shootings or anything like that. It's just a very quiet place, and for something like that to happen was, yeah, it was quite messed up. So anyway, I went off on a weird tangent there, but it's just what I immediately thought when seeing that chandelier scene. But yeah, Higurashi continues to be Higurashi, basically, and is incredible for it, and I absolutely love it. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. Be mindful, I am very cautious with reading comments on this series, just because I don't want to know the true nature of this woman that we met. I don't want to understand her actual connection to potentially other series like Umineko and stuff. I don't want to know that. Like, if there is a link, cool. I can't wait to find out about it in my own time when I'm actually either watching future series or I'm reading future visual novels or whatever in my spare time. I don't want to actually know about it yet, other than what has been physically shown in the episode. So just be mindful on comments on that. Don't forget to subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Winter 2021 lineup you can find on the channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, see you guys later.